this is not a paid, like a promotion or anything, but it was going on special. So I advise every one of you, if you have a Golf 1, if you want to get these shocks, good brand shocks for your car, these were $580 each, and it came with a hat. So yeah, take advantage of the deal. So I'm going to do a full video on installing these shocks on the car. Well, I don't have a spring compressor, it got damaged, but I think this car springs are cut. So yeah, I know it's not coilovers or anything, but it's something basic that most of you can do, and I'm going to make a full tutorial on how to do it, so follow with me. Like it's very bad, and I'm going to show you the side. I'm using a lot of force. Whew. Can you see the car is not going down at all? This tells me that the shock itself is seized. If I pull the shock out when I disassemble it, you guys are going to see it's not compressing at all. So what's happening when I'm hitting a bump, the whole car is lifting up on one side, and the wheel is also lifting up off the ground. And the point of the shock is it tries to keep the wheel on the ground at all times. You cannot have it lift up. So one more test. Doesn't move up at all. Okay. Always, even though I have so much of support there with the jack and the jack stand, it's good practice to take your wheel. This car here, it looks like it has it has cut springs. Static life, it has cut springs. In order to get the strut out, I need to loosen these two camber bolts here, and then this should be 13th. I need to loosen these two 13 bolts. And always keep your bolts and nuts together. I don't get confused. The camber bolts. Sophie. Right. After you do that, you're going to remove the last 30mm bolt that's on the top there. When you loosen it, you're going to see the whole strut drop. Once the strut drops, make sure remove the brake line from the strut. Like here, you're going to see that I used a screwdriver just to push it out, and make sure that you don't damage the brake pipe in the process of doing that. Once the brake pipe is out, you're going to carefully maneuver the shock out of the way. So we have our good shock. The bump stop was completely rocked and damaged in the old one, so I had to go out and buy a new bump stop. I looked everywhere for a 22 spanner, couldn't find one, a gooseneck spanner for the shock nut. I even tried to bend this, it didn't work, but I came up with another contraption. I'm going to show you guys that. I just want to show you guys how to assemble it. So the first thing that's going to go is your bump stop. Right, we put the bump stop over. The second thing that's going to go is your little washer here. There's your washer. Right. And we place our washer like so. Over. Okay, we have our washer. Then afterwards, we're going to put our spring. So remember now, on the spring, the bottom part, the bigger side, is going to go. See the spring? This side is smaller and that side is bigger. The big side is going to go on the bottom. This part of the spring right here is going to clip here. So spring see it's clipping here in the indent right there. Now we're going to take the plate. So this is the plate, and we are going to put the plate like this. Right, plate, and then there's a little bearing here, not a bearing. This is going to go into your saddle mount like that. I'll put that for last. So here's your mount like that. And lastly, the bearing that I was talking about. Not a bearing, it's like a spacer kind of thing that goes and sits there. And lastly, we take our nut and put our nut. But remember guys, the only reason I'm doing it so simply now is because the spring is cut and we don't have to compress it. So the little contraption that I made here, my long extensions to put the Allen key through, this 21 spark plug spanner, because I don't have 22, I knocked it in. Let me just tighten it a bit. Right. You would use a 22 goose spanner with the Allen key to lock it, but I don't have that on hand currently, and I tried everywhere. I went to 5 different spare shops to get one. Okay, and then I'm going to put my shifting here. I'm going to hold it on the top and I'm going to tighten. I make my camera person hold this so I can tighten. So once it's complete, I'm going to show you how to put it back on. Now I'm going to be installing the whole thing, so carefully insert it like this. Now these two, 1 and 2, needs to go into its mounting place so we can put the 13mm nuts, right? So I'm gonna do this, guide it, and then come in. See, I guided it there. I'm gonna just take my 13mm bolts here, 2 of them, and I'm going to just place it on, hand tighten it. I hand tighten it so it's holding the shock into place. Then we're going to be putting our camber bolts back on. In the 2 camber bolts, we got the 2 13 bolts for the shock mount to hold on. I need to tighten the main nut slightly, but just appreciate how good a Monroe shock looks brand new. Doesn't it look great? So yeah, I just need to set the spring slightly. Exactly how I showed you on this side, I'm going to do the other side, and it's pointless showing you guys repeat. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys understand how to replace your shocks, and yeah, it's not so difficult to do, but obviously you can call me if you need me to do it.